For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
And with that sound, this is the official Logan Paul vs. KSI wrap-up podcast. I'm here. I'm That's All Folks here with Zach Show Live. The fight just ended about an hour ago, I'd say. And wow, we just said we would do this. That's why we're doing it.
Yeah, we this is our reaction video or reaction podcast to the fight, as you guys wanted. Yeah, it was a crazy fight.
We talked about it for a little bit. Well,
as millions of people were watching it on YouTube with their friends, I actually came over here and we watched it together.
I was watching it since the stream started at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time here in LA, and I've been watching it since then, and there was a lot of... I guess we should say what it was in case you don't know what we're talking about.
Which you do, but...
You probably do, but I'll just summarize it quickly. Whoa, that was my Bluetooth speaker. Okay. So Logan Paul...
It's like this is... And we have here our little bot, like...
He's gonna give us some commentary later on for our Android audience. Well, so you know Logan Paul, YouTuber, infamous for his suicide forest video, Viner, versus KSI, which is like, I guess the UK's biggest YouTuber. His name is JJ something.
KSI, I have no idea what his fucking name is. His name is JJ. But yeah.
So JJ boxed some other professional kickboxer or something last year, and then he won, and surprisingly everybody was like, wow, a YouTuber won versus like a pro, and then he was like, I challenge you, Logan Paul, and Logan was like, what, for a little bit, and then he was like, you know what, this will give me something. Really, he said it at the end of the fight, it gave him something to do instead of YouTube for a while, because he kind of needed to like put YouTube on the back burner, because like it's pretty hot. He was like, after the Suicide Forest thing, he electrocuted that rat, and people were like, you can't do, like, everybody was watching every single one of his videos through the lens of the Suicide Forest, and so this did allow him to say, there's this event coming up August 25th, and I'm just training for that, that's why you don't see me, and so it allowed him to step back, and yeah, so, and then KSI has a younger brother, Deji.
Wait, that's his younger brother?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I think they're just friends.
Okay. If they aren't brothers, sorry.
I don't think they are.
Okay.
I could be totally fucking wrong. But...
I thought they were until now, but I don't know. So who cares? we were rooting for the Paul boys. Just because we know them. Look, but
yeah, we spent so much time with them. They're from Cleveland, so we're like, we gotta represent the home team and for the U.S. But yeah, I mean, it's been a long time coming. They've been hyping the fuck out of this for quite some time. I mean, it's literally been so much shit talking, and it's just a content fucking tornado. And now the fight happened. It was fucking crazy. I was jacked up. I was fucking literally jumping up and down. I was having a great time. So thanks to all the fighters. There was a bunch of fights earlier on.
Zach missed those. I was kind of half watching them. They were like fights between what I would call C and D level YouTubers. I guess they had millions of fans.
Yeah, let's actually look up who exactly.
Well, I would say there's about 6 fights, maybe more, that happened before this.
Was there 6?
There was a lot. They kept happening. They kept coming up, and
that was a lot.
And it was funny.
I mean, I think a normal fight night is like 3 fights, I believe.
There was a lot of bands on this lineup before
this is a festival.
Ross came on.
This is a festival.
Before.
I don't know why you would compare Sigur Rós to like boxing.
Jake Paul.
That's really funny.
I'm thinking about like who would headline a festival and how many people you'd have to wait. Like maybe before you see Elton John. I'm trying to think of like whatever. Okay. So, it was boring. I don't like boxing. I've never watched a boxing match. So, on top of not knowing any of these other YouTubers, I also don't know anything about boxing. So, it's really boring.
I kind of want to see these other fights because.
Should we say what happened?
Well, I walked in right when the Jake Paul fight started. Let's just start from there.
All right. So after all those C-level, like one of them was FaZe Sensei is the only one I can remember the name of, just because he was in FaZe and we know about this.
Sounds fucking cool as shit.
I don't know if FaZe Sensei won or not, but okay. So yeah, Jake at around 1 p.m. Pacific time went on versus Deji, and Jake's costume looked amazing. All white, sort of like a skull, like.
It was leather, like all leather and like a lot of like layers and flaps. It looked fucking sweet.
He looked like.
He looked like kind of like
if Skeletor's angel.
It was like platinum white Skeletor.
Yeah.
It was tight.
And
I bet that was crafted over at West Coast Customs. If I had to guess.
He had a cool like Bane type face mask with like white teeth.
Yeah.
Logan Paul. Yeah, Logan also had a black Bane type mask, and then KSI. Deji was the only one who didn't wear a mask, I think.
That might have been his issue.
He lost. And yeah, KSI had like a skull mask, like a full face mask, because his nickname was the Nightmare. But yeah, so Jake came out. We weren't sure who was gonna win. Jake looked a lot bigger than him. Deji didn't look like he was.
Yeah, Deji looked like he had just been sitting around playing video games, like eating chips. Jake looked really just pretty cut. Really just like looked pretty fucking fit.
I will say too, I really like the theatricality in Jake's entrance because he came out with those two like sibling kids with like the dread or like
the two little
braids,
kids with the braids,
and they did like a song like rapping next to him. That was pretty cool.
That was very cool.
The fight itself, we'll say, ended at a technical knockout, TKO.
In the fifth
round, went to Jake Paul. Jake was hitting Deji left and right, and they were both kind of like stumbling around, dizzy looking, but I guess the judge determined that he couldn't go on. Right? That was
I think Jake I mean, honestly, the whole fight, Jake was winning. I think there was never any point where Deji really had any really good hits. But yeah, Jake looked taller. He looked better, just all around. I mean, I think like I'm not even like remembering any significant hits that Deji got.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, obviously I was rooting for Jake, but it got sloppy around the third round. Like they looked tired as fuck. Like.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's a long time. I don't know. So
I was thinking about that too. Like if I was just punching nonstop for 2 minutes at a time, they had 2-minute rounds, 6 rounds, 2 minutes. Logan Paul's fight versus KSI was 6 rounds of 3 minutes.
Yeah. They should have just done that.
2 minutes instead.
Yeah. It probably would have ended up being a better fight.
Yeah, for each round.
And
look,
honestly,
I don't know. This is my first boxing match, and I'm already like saying, yeah, this is already getting.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. No fucking clue. But I guess let's talk about. So Jake won.
Jake won. It was awesome. He got the belt, which is the YouTube belt. I was like, where'd this belt come from?
It was pretty cool. It was like fucking like
official.
aqua leather. Pretty cool. I wished that it was white.
We didn't get to see the other belt.
No, because
I would have liked to.
Well,
we'll say right now.
Anyways,
the second fight ended in a what was it called?
Draw.
Something draw. It was like something. It was.
Excuse me.
A majority.
It was
draw.
A majority draw.
There's 3 judges. 2 of them had it as a tie, and 1 of them had it as KSI winning
by 1 point.
By 1 point, and so they had to call it a draw. So KSI, because he won the last thing.
Because technically he did not lose.
He didn't lose, so he remains the champion. And so they didn't even bring out the belt. You know, they should have brought it out. I heard. You know, I just wanted to see what it looked like. And the judges said that Logan designed his own belt for winning,
which is tough.
They never showed that either. I would have liked to see that. We should talk about the fight.
I mean, honestly, overall, I was rooting for Logan the whole time. I was like. The fight started out, first round,
Logan was destroying him.
Logan
he was
was
taunting
he was
him.
just yeah.
He was like dancing around laughing.
Yeah.
He had a lot of energy, but you could see these like 3-minute rounds.
I wonder if he took like a pre-workout and just crashed. Like that's kind of what it looked like.
He was getting him really hard in the first 2 rounds, and it looked like, oh fuck.
He was just way faster, and he was these hits that he was throwing in the first round were hard, like really hard. I was like, whoa. And I think he lost a lot of. Excuse me, I'm eating a fucking pancake right now.
I'm gonna go a little bit.
He wasted a lot of energy on those hits, but honestly, KSI's form was just absolute garbage. Like he literally was just, he looked so like dumb. Like his hits were so out of control.
We were talking about how we think he got a lot of penalties. He seemed to be breaking a lot of rules, and that might be why they tied. Because like by the end, Logan, if they would have went like one more round, I think KSI would have kept going, and he probably would have like knocked him
I think he would have fell over.
And it's a big break by Logan. JJ swinging, just misses.
This is the 4th round here. Wait, I'm trying to go back to like.
Oh, right, I get the feeling that's going to change this boxing match. Just pushing JJ out the ring there.
Damn, I can't get back to it. Sorry guys, I'm trying to like get you like a good sample, but I'm just this is a 6-hour video I'm scrubbing through to try to because the stream started so early. This was about like 1:30 or so or 2 that this came on. Yeah, I mean, does this make you want to watch boxing at all?
Not really, but like the fact that I've just followed like these people on social media and I've seen all this hype, I was like, I do want to see it. Like there's been so much shit talking, and it did seem like they legitimately hated each other. They did a good job of playing that up, and I do think they do. I still think they do. Like we were talking before, we're like, could this be fixed? And I said no because I think the Pauls are too prideful to like do that, and they really want to win. And I think it's gonna fucking really eat away at Logan, the fact that he did not win.
Yeah, I mean he made the belt because he thought he was gonna win.
And one of the judges thought KSI won. So I mean, say what you will, but that sounds like a win for KSI.
Yeah.
But it is again. I mean, the majority was tie, so I guess that's what I mean. But yeah, like fucking JJ just stuck it out and was able to. He looked better at the end. Logan looked fucking just destroyed. Like I don't know how he didn't fall over. So, but I think I don't know. I mean, I'm biased, but like I honestly don't like KSI, and I'm kind of pissed that Logan didn't win. Like, I really wanted the fucking Pauls to just beat the shit out of them, and, like, they would be like, we fucking told you. You know what I mean? And it would have been, like, a fucking awesome wave of, like,
we
Paul
thought
shit.
At the first 2 rounds, like, he was hitting him so hard, we were like, he's going to knock him out. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
And we wanted to see something, like...
Well, you called it before. You
life.
called it originally. I remember when you said, you're like, I think Logan's going to kill him. You said, I think Logan's going to, like... gonna destroy KSI. That's a quote from you.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you said I think Logan's gonna destroy KSI.
In the beginning, and when he was like punching
no. Like this was like weeks ago.
Yeah. I mean, just because like we talked about, he was like a star athlete wrestler.
We did talk about that.
And he's like big. I just felt like he would probably like turn like training for this into a science so much that he would just turn himself into like a boxing machine.
Yeah.
And he sort of did, but you know, I don't really know actually. Maybe he was bad.
I was saying, I remember whenever he was like in fucking wrestling in like high school, and I remember seeing him like in the fucking newspaper, and like I mean I thought he was like a total douche at the time. Like this kid looks like a total boner. But I mean he's like a really pretty solid athlete. I've never wrestled, but I feel like it's probably one of the harder sports. It's pretty intense.
So I thought just because of that history that he would just like sort of just...
I thought that he would have had more stamina.
Yeah, true, and that was the thing that he just had... He wastes all of his energy at the beginning. But
it was looking like at the beginning that Logan was going to knock him out.
Yeah, because
he really did win the first 2 rounds hard.
Yeah.
And you could argue that those 2 rounds were so heavily his that, and then I would say maybe the 3rd round was probably a tie. 4th round, Logan came back a little bit, and I mean, you could honestly say that Logan won. I don't know.
It really was a tie, I believe.
I think it was too. I mean,
I think the refs.
The only thing is, I mean, I would say that Logan got 2 rounds, so Logan got 3 rounds for sure. And then there was definitely 3 rounds that I thought maybe at least one of them was more of a tie. Or one of them was... Yeah, I don't know. I guess it was just a tie. I'm trying to, like, count it up.
Well,
but, yeah, I mean, that's what happened. Shit.
I really actually think... It was kind of Jake's. I just keep thinking back to Jake's, and it was just so much better when he won.
I know.
It was just kind of lame how it was a tie. And
Yeah,
it was like
exactly.
It took a long
I
time
think-
for the judges to sort of figure it out, and it's like, yeah, when Jake won, he announced a new clothing line.
Yeah.
and he also challenged. We forgot this. He challenged Chris Brown to a fight.
Yeah, which
He
is
said
just-
my next I'm calling out Chris Brown. He heard he was fighting another, like, a rapper, but he's like, don't.
He was
fight
supposed
him.
to fight Soulja Boy, but they didn't
He's like,
actually do it.
Don't fight Soulja Boy, fight me. So that was actually really funny. And then yeah, I was hoping that Logan was gonna win, just the same way, and then call out Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Because I
Well-
felt like Donald Trump would have responded.
I feel like...
Because, like, where do you go? Like, how
Yeah, well, also, yeah, Jake also challenged, like, some people
a family,
to...
the Aces,
The-
to a basketball game, 5-on-5.
Who the fuck are the Aces?
I
Yeah.
know. That was another thing. I was like, what the flip? So, yeah, Jake Paul, he really likes this, like, idea of, like, fight after fight and then just doing the media around it. Like, this is like a new medium for him, is like fights, and then all of like the media, the diss tracks, all the stuff around the fights. That's what I think I think this is a new groove that they're falling into, and this is probably a new groove in general. Like, I think that a lot of YouTubers and celebrities are gonna do this sort of thing: fights, games, events,
Yeah, I
live
mean-
events, and then hyping it on their social medias. I think it's not a new medium, because, like, boxing matches have always existed, but the idea that, like, you can know each character so well, like, it's crazy. Like, we were watching Logan Paul fight, which is just, like, insane, because we've watched, like, hours and hours of his vlogs. It gives you a different relationship to the two, like, fighters that has never... In wrestling, it's sort of been the case, because, like, you sort of see the drama or the fake drama on, like, Monday Night Raw, you know, just, like, you know, this really shitty acting backstage that the wrestlers do. But this, like, gives it a really new dimension because of social media, where, like, you really do feel like you know each of the fighters.
Yeah, I mean... It was interesting to see them in a non-vlog edited situation that was also, like, still showy, you know what I mean? Like, they had to really, like... Yeah, it felt a little bit real, and I mean, it just felt different. It felt like a sporting event, really.
Yeah, I was like, this is kind of boring. Like, I'm waiting for Logan. When he was, like, doing the jokes, when he was, like, dancing around and bobbing and laughing and stuff, I was like, there's vlog Logan.
Where? When was
In,
that?
like, the first round.
Right, exactly.
But other than that, it was just like, wow, he just looks exhausted.
Yeah, after the 3rd round, whenever fucking KSI started to get some hits and was just like, basically he stayed he was just like there. He wasn't really doing much, he was just kind of in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Logan just got tired as fuck. He wasted all of his energy. He fucked up. I mean, and he also said it post-fight. He was like, I'm just getting my legs in the ring, like, just wait till this next match. So, and Ryan even said that he thought he looked a little bit nervous, which I'm sure that
he
all
did.
of them were.
The crazy part was because he's, like, usually such a confident person, and, like, every camera lens he'll look right into and be like, yeah, baby.
Right.
The camera lens is his best friend. I saw him when he came out and was like, took off his robe, took off his mask and everything, and he was just sort of like pacing around. He caught the camera lens for a second. He looked at it. He looked a little bit uncomfortable and then started looking away. It's like Logan attitude I would expect is his eye catches the camera lens. He looks and he says like, "Let's go, baby," something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Engage the audience, because he knows this. Most of his audience, especially, is like watching on the stream. That is his audience.
But he really just did not.
He didn't treat it like a vlog. He treated it like a sporting event, and he's just an athlete.
He knew he could lose, but he also put all that. He fucking, for some reason, that was his redemption or whatever. Like,
yeah, true.
So he was just like, fuck, like right before the fight, like, there's a chance that I'm not gonna win. So he got scared, which I think probably didn't help him. I think he was nervous.
He overcompensated.
He was nervous, and he wasted all his energy by like being like a fucking like jokester like during the rounds, and then he was feeling good because he was fucking strong and he had like a lot of energy, and then it got to the point where he just fucking exerted way too much energy, and then it was like, okay, now I'm just fighting, and like I'm tired, and he kind of had to like play survival after the third round. He was more so just like hanging in there.
Yeah.
Although the fourth round he had a he got a good pummel. Yeah,
it was like do
right.
do.
And that was the one that was like, he might win. At that point I was like, he's gonna win. But I think that he just got fucking tired, and I don't know. He got tired too quickly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the fight, but yeah, I was a little bit bummed. I definitely wanted the Pauls to win, and yeah, I would have loved to hear what Logan would have said if he did win, because I know it would have been fucking hilarious. I mean, I don't think there was any possible way that it sucked that it was a tie, because, and you could tell whenever afterwards they were both just pretty
they've been
pissed.
hyping this for months.
They were pretty fucking pissed.
They did want a conclusion. As much as they like the idea that this is an ongoing story, at the end he's like, the story continues.
Right.
And they kind of like the idea because this is a money-making franchise, maybe. I mean, there were 800,000 streams, so it's $8 million easily, maybe more, on different platforms. I don't know how much money they wanted to make, but so I don't really know how much they wanted the story to continue.
It was more so, I mean, I didn't win, so it's like, well, we have to now. I mean, that's really what it felt like. It
didn't sound like
it seemed annoyed.
He said it sounds
Logan
like
seemed and looked annoyed whenever he said it.
Sounds like that's what the people want.
And then that's when
the customer's always right.
And which was really lame. I think that's what the people want, he said. I'm like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
If that was me, I would have been like, all right.
I was really hoping that this was all staged somehow. I mean, that'd be really hard to stage. Like
Saged? This is all staged. They did a staging of the
This is all staged, and their spirits were removed. They were just...
Well, speaking of Sage and the actual ring, let's turn it back to the first fight with Jake. Like, he got like a bloody nose and was all bloody at the beginning. Cool. And Ryan thought that he was gonna lose, and I'm like, I don't know. I think they just caught him weird.
It was pretty bloody. Got all over. He was wearing all white, and so it was just like everything was turning pink.
Yeah. And then also
that was pretty cool. There's blood all over the ring.
Did Logan bleed at the end too?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, they're just bleeders, I think.
It's a right hook from Jake Paul. Left, right. He's got him in the corner. He's all over him. Deji clinches, and that was a good move from Deji. Jake Paul is bleeding from the nose.
So, what else is there to say?
I think I wanted to say he was like, whenever he won, he's like, I hope Deji learned his lesson. He said a lot of fucked up stuff about my family. What did he say specifically? Like,
You got the win. How do you feel?
I feel amazing, man. I worked so hard for this. Deji fought an amazing fight. I respect him. I hope he learned a lesson about the things that he said. Because he said some shit about my family that wasn't cool. So hopefully he can learn from that. But much respect to Deji. No hard feelings.
I think they both KSI and Deji, I think, are real shock jocks. Like, if you look at some of the clips that Logan just shared about KSI, where he was just like the one in the diss track, like how much would it cost for a blowjob or something, like doing like a man on the street thing and like asking a girl like how much would a blowjob cost. It's like I think they're both willing to say anything as long as it's shocking, you know.
Right. They're
willing to go anywhere. So I think he probably said some mean stuff. I don't really know though.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really be surprised on anything, but yeah, it was just kind of funny. It was like, it's like, I hope you learned your lesson. You said some fucked up stuff, and it was just kind of funny. You're like, yeah. I mean, hopefully he did learn his lesson. Nobody talks shit on the balls.
Yeah, I think they were saying, and I guess I could have done more homework on like the feud, but I just assumed that anything that was happening was 100%. Like, the more angry they seem at each other, the more they seem like they hate, the more people will tune in, you know? So, like, I almost kind of avoided the diss tracks. Like we said, I didn't listen to any of the diss tracks until after the fight just now. KSI's was better. The music video was good. They got the Logan Paul actor. They got to play Logan Paul in the video. Looked really, the bone structure was close to Logan Paul.
It was pretty good. Well done.
Best diss track goes to KSI for sure. Diss track video for sure. Logan's was okay.
Yeah. It seemed last minute.
It was last minute. That's how they framed it, and you know.
Yeah, I know. He had the disclaimer at the beginning, basically.
Like, what? Why is he releasing diss tracks? It's only a couple days away. We gotta make them really fast.
Who's editing for him these days? Like, everyone?
I don't know.
Probably.
You think Hiller, what's his name, edited that? Hayden?
Probably. But, I don't know. I think, like, he has a few people that probably edit for him. Or he probably has a team. I'm sure that Hayden is maybe the head of the team.
Yeah, he's the creative director.
I think so.
Maverick Media. I think that's probably true.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just kind of bummed. And then Logan, I mean, we'd love to have you on the podcast to talk about maybe what you think you did wrong or
what you'll do different next time. What you're doing. What's going on with airplane mode.
I love to get into the ring with you, and I love to spar with you. I think maybe I could teach you a thing or two.
Have you ever boxed?
Not really. I've a few times, I guess, just with my friends.
I've always felt like I'd be good at it.
You think that I suck? I'm really not good. Like,
I've tried
I feel like
speed bags and I can't do those.
I don't think I'm fast enough, and I just don't think that I'm just have the body for it. I think that.
Do you think I have the body for it?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I feel like I would be similar to Logan. I would get really tired really quickly.
Yeah, I do get tired pretty quick. I think true. Maybe I would low oxygen train like we were talking about recently.
Yeah, I mean they looked like they were coming in with low oxygen masks with their when they came in.
I was wondering if that was maybe a tactic to like lower their heart rate, you know, breathing to a paper bag.
You actually might be right.
To calm them down like up until they need it.
Yeah.
What if?
I mean, that doesn't sound wrong.
Right.
So there's gonna be a fucking rematch. When is it gonna happen? Who the fuck knows? I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
I don't really care. I don't even know if I'll tune into the number
maybe,
2.
I don't think I will either.
Or is this a sequel that'll never happen? You think it'll never happen? I think in maybe 2 years. Maybe 1.
I think they should do something different as a rematch.
I think that's the thing is like the conclusion of this would have meant that Logan could just do something else, and honestly I'm bored of this section of his career.
So
the Vine section, you know, that was entertaining. The YouTube section, that was entertaining. The boxing section, I don't really care.
Yeah.
But I think what these guys are realizing is just like what they said, is that at the end of at like when you put all the parts together.
At the end of the day.
No, I didn't want to say that. when you put all the pieces together with like everything that they do, they are closest to like WWF people, like what they were already doing, and so like they're kind of just like pushing themselves against the mold of like what exists, and that's like boxing events, and like they are like wrestling characters.
Yeah.
There's gonna be like it's like wrestling instead of being confined to the WWF or something. It's a bunch of entrepreneur media moguls. Like sailing around in the media ocean.
It is
Challenging
interesting.
each other,
I mean,
like pirates.
they definitely know what they're doing, but what's gonna be next? Who the fuck knows?
Because like Chris Brown's getting involved.
Maybe.
Like so right now it's like they had ties to the original. I think it was a kickboxer, right? Can you like Google like?
Is that Joe Weller?
Is that what that was? I think I heard he was the announcer on this.
Yeah.
He was the announcer on this.
No, I think that he is actually a.
Joe Weller.
Yeah, he's a YouTuber.
So that's who KSI. Yeah, KSI, was he a boxer or a kickboxer? And did they box or did they kickbox? The last thing. I think it was boxing. I think that it's the Weller dude was a kickboxer, and then KSI challenged him to a boxing match. KSI won. Correct? That's the narrative.
Yeah, what'd you say? Sorry, I'm looking up.
The Weller dude. What did he do professionally? He was like
He's
a
just saying that
professional.
he's a fucking YouTuber, basically.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Nah. What? I guess they're. Wait, have they never gotten actual boxers to be involved with this?
I don't think so.
Okay, I really misunderstood what happened. I thought that KSI's first fight was like against a legitimate boxer or like kickboxer or something.
Looks like KSI and Joe Weller they boxed after Joe Weller won versus Theo Baker,
Oh.
also known as Malfoy.
And who is that a real boxer?
I don't think so.
Fuck.
Yeah, so it's just like
Wait,
Joe
find out who
Weller.
that person is.
I think Joe Weller was the first person to do it.
But who was the other dude that he was versus? Who was Malfoy? This dude?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who the fuck that is. Theo Baker.
If
also
that
known as
is a real
Malfoy.
sportsman, then I guess that's what I heard then.
Theo. Fuck.
Wait, literally Malfoy?
Wait.
No. This can't be the real Malfoy.
I think it is.
No. It's not. Theo Baker is not Malfoy.
I think he might be. No, I think it's just someone who.
So he's just another YouTuber?
Yeah, it seems that way.
Fuck.
Looks like he would like play soccer or something.
Oh my god. I don't know.
Stupid as fuck.
Sorry, this is a bad section of this podcast. But I guess I thought I was gonna say that they were like merging a lot of different types of like stars. Like,
Yeah.
so I thought they had a sports star in there, but really now it's like YouTubers. If they could get musicians involved, that would be crazy. It's mostly a YouTuber thing now, though.
Yeah.
This is basically the YouTube WWF, but it's like
Yeah,
sort
it
of
totally
like,
is.
But this is like
the
like
new
this,
WWE.
this is like
Seeing fucking Erica Costello out there whenever Jake won was so funny too. Like
yeah,
just so
Erica
fucking funny.
by
It just
side,
it really
matching white skirt, white top.
It really felt like fucking like Triple H and like Stephanie McMahon. You know what I mean? Like the classic.
Oh, do you think Erica's gonna fight next time?
No, Erica doesn't give a fuck.
That would be crazy though, and it would be sort of like
Erica likes
quality.
getting paid, and I don't think she's like in need of doing anything drastic like that.
You don't think Erica v. Alyssa Violet?
Huh?
Erica v. Alyssa Violet.
That'd be awesome. I'd watch the shit out of that. I will say that. I mean, that sounds great. But what?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I mean, because like in WWF.
I don't even know who I would. root
WWF,
for.
the girls fight too usually, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I only had like 1 or 2 WWE years. That was when they were transitioning from the WWF to the WWE because the World Wildlife Foundation was like suing them.
Yeah.
I don't know if the kids these days who watch it even remember that it was ever WWF.
They probably don't. And I, every time I say WWE, I think I want to say the WWF.
Yeah.
Because the WWF sounds so much better.
It's almost like if you heard, it's just like one word, if like the word the just was suddenly like ta.
It's one of those things, and it's like, it's to the point where it's like, oh yeah, the WWE, and in my head I'm like WWF, and I'm like World Wildlife Federation sued them.
Yeah. Every time you say it,
I like connect the dots every time.
You have to remember the story about how it changed.
Yeah,
and it's like
much... I love the wildlife, but I think they could just let them have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. I think like, well, I don't know how long people knew.
The WWF, just like the logo, looks awesome.
Yeah,
WWE sucks.
Yeah, it really did look good.
They could. I don't know. They should have fought for that one a little harder. That's, in my opinion, that's whenever the WWE started going downhill.
Well, I think that they're probably more popular than ever.
Now?
Check it out. Kiki's about to barf. Classic cat barf here in your right ear, or in your left ear. Pretty silent one, really.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you probably couldn't hear that.
Well, with that, what should we do now? Do you want to call Evan, see what he thought?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we should call out someone right now to box us. We should challenge. We should challenge like another podcast. Oh shit!
What?
David Dobrik and Jason Nash. We
good.
want to fucking box you. The Views podcast. We want you both in the ring. We want you here in Los Angeles.
Should we challenge in boxing, or like all sports are open now that Jake challenges that one too?
Let's get specific. We have to get specific. Yeah. Yeah. We challenge David and Jason.
In Medina. The Medina.
And the Medina, we got home court advantage. Fuck.
It's like people really love this
at
sport.
Roscoe Ewing. Look it up. It's one of the best fucking frisbee golf courses in the world. Roscoe Ewing Park in Medina, Ohio.
I've never even played frisbee golf, so that's...
I know that course like the back of my fucking hand. I mean, let's go ahead and say this isn't gonna happen until spring. May.
True.
May. Let's go May. Yeah, May 25th, 2019. We want to fucking.
Maybe we should.
We're challenging you right now.
Yeah, maybe then. It's sooner if you want, though.
Yeah. We can if we can make this happen like before it starts snowing. That'd be great.
Yeah, because like I don't really need to train. I have like my wrist's been hurting a lot. So
you might need at least a month or two. But I'm good. And by the way, you guys fucking suck. And I'm gonna kick your ass when it comes, whenever the day we set up comes. Like you guys are gonna wish that you didn't.
I feel like David, he never has talked about it, but it almost sounds like he would have played frisbee golf before.
Yeah.
He seems like a frisbee golf kid.
Yeah, I don't know. I played frisbee golf, so I don't know what a frisbee golf kid was. Originally, it was kind of
pretty regular.
It got the reputation of being stoner.
Yeah, because it was out there in the woods,
and you go and smoke, and you can go and smoke weed basically.
And it was beautiful. Roscoe Ewing is beautiful, especially in the fall or the spring.
I think you both would love it. I think you guys would have a great time. You definitely get some good vlogging material.
I used to longboard at Roscoe Ewing because
in the paths.
The paths were paved with blacktop.
Yeah.
And they were like really like windy, meandery paths. It was so fun.
I fucking got speed wobbles on the one hill. Really big hill. The one hill with the bridge at the end.
Yes.
I fucking got speed
I've never
wobbles.
Down from the top of that because it's really fast.
I have. I got speed wobbles going down. I was going across the bridge and I fucking put my hand out and grabbed the railing. Just got splinters all in my hand.
That just like grosses me out thinking about that.
And it hurt so fucking bad. And then I fucking cruised off into the grass and slowed and stopped. I didn't fall, but wow, it really hurt. I never will forget that. It was a fucking shitty longboard. It was not a Sector 9. It was a shitty one. What was another brand that people had?
I don't even know. Sector 9 was like all I knew was the good one.
Same, yeah.
Like, there was no question about which one I was going to get.
It was something like shitty, I don't know. But, yeah, so that about wraps it up, and I guess that's how the cookie crumbled. I'm really interested to see what the content coming back is going to be.
I really hope Logan moves on to a different content type, you know? Like we said, like I'm kind of mad that he has to have this fight again because like I was hoping he could get to airplane mode, you know, editing that,
Right.
maybe going back to vlogs, doing something else because like this is boring. Like as much as some kids might like want Logan Paul to be like a WWE star, like a sort of character that like is always just challenging people and you're waiting for the next fight, like that's cool if that's what you want, but I don't really.
You don't want that for him.
Well, it's boring for me. Like I said, I tuned out a lot of like the media from him and from Jake and from Ed. This whole thing.
True.
Because like this felt like so classic like wrestler banter. It almost made it
You
more
tuned
fake
it
for me.
out.
Like I didn't believe anything.
Yeah.
The drama was more fake to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying, and I think you're probably right, but like at the same time, but I think the drama kind of became real.
It was cool to like. I guess I could say that.
I think they really fed off of it, and actually, in turn, probably do really just hate him.
The cool thing about boxing, and I guess that's like the cool thing about like any action movie, is that all of the conflict that might be going on, whether it be psychological or like, you know, whatever's going on in a movie, eventually like action movies come down to like a fist fight or a gunfight or something that's super physical and literal. And I guess that's what people like about boxing is like, you know, like KSI, there's been the diss tracks, there's been like them calling each other, like each other's families, bad names, etc., etc. But then it comes down to this thing that is just like two people punching each other in the head, and like it's like like it doesn't really matter what happened because it's all coming down to just like physical, just a thing that's completely universal. No matter what language you speak, you can see who's winning or losing.
Yeah.
And I think that is what the simplicity of boxing, I guess, is kind of funny. I like that about it.
Right.
That just conflict is coming down to just punching each other in the head.
Yeah, it really gets back to basics.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for a different media type. Logan, I'll media consult with you. I'll figure out what you want to do next, like whether it be physical, like I don't know. What do you want to see Logan do next?
I mean, I guessed Evil Knievel shit, but I don't think that... I kind of mentioned that just as an extreme, but I don't think he's actually going to do that.
I think he's going to do something more like super, like Save the Worldy. Like,
what?
Do you remember when Jerome Jarre teamed up with Pepsi or something to do that?
God.
That lit up that village by making like street lights out of like Pepsi bottles.
I don't remember that at all.
Like 2-liter Pepsi bottles.
That sounds pretty cool though.
Yeah, I think Logan Paul's gonna like basically like name an enemy, like some sort of disease or like Coney 2012 style. You know, basically something that he sees in the world that is something that he can tackle really well, and I think he's gonna make media around that.
Maybe. I don't know. I think that he's just gonna chill out maybe for a little bit. I think that he might like kind of, I feel like, I was gonna say he's gonna check out for a little bit, but that's not really like him. But maybe, I feel like because now like he has a girlfriend, I feel like after this he just like told like Chloe, we're gonna go on like vacation after this, and like I'm not gonna have
Oh, well, I mean, I'm saying the next 2 weeks he's not gonna do anything.
Right. But do you think? I think he might actually still.
Oh, you think that he's not like he's gonna see this?
I think
as
that
like a media hype.
I think that he has shit already like ready to go.
I think so too. That's what I'm saying. Like Logan Paul Saves the World is like the sequel to this. That's why I think he wanted to win this, you know, or lose it. I think he just wanted it to be over. I don't think either of them expected to tie.
Excuse me. Yeah. I honestly hate KSI. I really do.
He does look maniacal. He looks like a villain, and
Yeah,
so
I
I,
don't
think
like
that
him.
he's a good villain because he looks like a villain. Like his smile when he took off the mask,
Right.
his quote sadistic smile,
It was sadistic.
really was. And so you have to give him like credit for seeing that he looks like an insane villain and then leaning into it really hard.
Yeah, it's probably pretty fun.
Because like there's like there's actors who look like villains. Like who's the one dude from Spider-Man, the Green Goblin?
Yeah, fucking James Franco.
No, the dad. The
Oh
old
yeah,
dude.
yeah. I forget his name, but yeah.
You know, he looks like a villain. I'm saying I guess KSI could go into villain roles.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think if you're typecast like in a movie, what do you think your character is?
Me?
Yeah. Like what do you think that if you're just like if you're just like a character in a library of like
I have no idea. I don't know, regular white guy.
yeah.
I don't know. I have no fucking clue. I feel like I could just fit into any category. I'm kind of multi. Like I could do anything, guys. If you're out there looking for some role, I can probably do it.
I think I could probably do villain.
Oh, I could easily do villain. I think that's really pretty easy. But I feel like I might go like a little bit like Heath Ledger with it. I might go a little too far.
All right. Well. Yeah, I guess. I'm
What
excited
do
to see
what
what
do we-
happens next.
I think we're just gonna wait and see. If you guys like this podcast, go ahead and rate it in the Apple Store.
Kind of the way this podcast is ending is the way the fight ended, which is like I don't know if the fight. It seems like if this fight would have been more conclusive, then we would have more like better things to say. I almost feel like too.
What do you mean?
The fact that the fight ended as a tie,
It sucks. It sucks ass.
like it would make like I feel like if something would have happened, if he would have won or lost, we would have had better things to say about what was going to happen next. But because this is such an ambiguous ending, it's really throwing us off. It's throwing everyone off.
Yeah. Honestly, Logan's team right now is panicking.
This is maybe the worst thing that could have happened.
It is actually. What the fuck is this?
Where have your tits gone?
Where have your tits gone? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's another thing KSI said one time.
It's just like a girl that had like flat
Yeah.
tits.
He just says like some real like, whoa, you
Like
can't
really,
say that.
really like fucking just like high school douche.
Yeah, it's like basically like, what's the thing you're not allowed to say, and then you say it.
Yeah. It really is that like, fucking like direct.
Yeah, and I mean, I see where they're coming from on that, but you also have to. You're just kind of like, yeah, it means you're like, I don't know, just early 20s still.
Yeah, you're just kind of.
I mean, I don't know how we can like circumvene in the population and make guys at that age think that way, but I'm open to suggestions.
I mean, round one. I mean, he had him in round one. I wish he would have made him disappear. How sick would have been a knockout though? I would have been so pumped.
It would have been crazy.
Like,
I was expecting it because, like, as a person who never watches boxing, only thing I see from boxing are the best parts, like in movies and stuff, where it's like boom, and the person's like their teeth fly out.
There was no fucking haymakers. That's for sure.
I'm wondering how you still like YouTube. I'm just waiting for
He's just waiting to make sure. So Logan's really attacking his being really sexist.
Yeah, which is smart.
Yeah.
Find my dad instead.
If you find the weak point, you attack the boss at the weak point.
Logan, you're so funny. Fancy taking some of
Oh yeah, this is KSI's diss track, and he has. I really like the manager Jeff actor. I like everybody also in this kind of talks like they have Down syndrome, which you know, you can hear here. Listen.
Yeah.
Brown nose. And then I said, you can find my dad instead.
Yeah, so KSI is like real, he's like really playing to the crowd, which is like 14-year-old boys.
You think so?
Yeah, well, they both are. It's just like KSI's had less heat, and so he just leans into it really hard. I don't know. But yeah, this video, great video. Better song.
Yeah, the song's way better.
Everything is on point. Yeah, my GG looking glorious. If I die, I know I'll die notorious. Everything is on point. Apex looking like my natural. Flying everywhere, I'm international. Everything is on point.
Go get him, you can do it. You're a Paul. It's okay, you stay here, son. Daddy will take care of this.
Stone cold how I kill it, stone cold how I chill it. Stone cold with a midget, wrist spinning like a fidget, chip bagging like a silly. I don't even have a digit, on the drum is how I pitch it. I go ham and then I switch it, I go ham in every single matter with a social ladder. You got something flowing like a bladder, bladder, got me swimming kappa. I weigh more than just a fucking rapper. I'm a body double strapper, saw me swinging winning, I'm a proper scrapper. I'm too hard to fall low, I just butt.
You think KSI's writing his raps?
I think he does.
If so, pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's a good song. I don't love it, but it's not bad.
Yeah, it sounds evil. And like, oh yeah, his whole thing was called Nightmare. The Nightmare.
The Nightmare, yeah.
His character was the Nightmare. We didn't mention that, which is funny.
Yeah.
And like this whole video is like he's kind of like Freddy Krueger, but yeah, it's everything that he had.
And he was gonna put Logan to sleep.
Yeah. And it was scary. He looked scary. The mask was scary. When he took it off, was scary. I gotta say, KSI as the villain is good, and I think that's why Logan Paul accepted it, because he even talks about he looks like a super villain, like he seems like an evil villain.
Yeah.
And yeah, it really worked. He leaned into it really hard.
Well, good luck to great job to both competitors, and guess we'll see you next time on the wrap up of the next fight.
Yeah.
Also, are we gonna look up some of those Jake Paul white hat merches?
His new company. What was it called? Something be
original. Like
always.
Be cool and be original.
Tonight, I'm gonna celebrate this win, but I'm also excited to announce that I'm launching a clothing line called RNBO.
Classic.
Rise and be original. That's my saying, guys. You gotta rise every single day. Fight like a champion, be original. Go to
Rise and be original. RN. Rise in. Be original. BO.
RNBO.
RNBO. I was like saying
cool.
It said it all over his stuff tonight, where he's bleeding all over it.
Yeah.
It was almost cool that he was bleeding all over it. Like,
Yeah.
good for the brand. It looked
Jake came out on top. He really did it.
His brand is like a sugar-free Monster energy drink. Is like what I was seeing, like with blood all over it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's like Monster energy drink fused with like a Gucci vibe.
I love it. You said it before. Jake has good merch, and he does.
Jake does have good. He just makes so much of it that he hits a funny style sometimes.
There's only 500 shirts, so go fast.
Here's a couple things. Storms, then rainbows, 'cause good beats evil. That hat that he was wearing with that
What
rainbow.
does it say?
It says storms, then rainbows, 'cause good beats evil. That's one hat. And this is a shirt. Honestly, really cool designed shirt.
Let me see.
I'd wear that shirt. Well, maybe.
Yeah.
I think I would. Yeah, it looks cool. Like, looks like a real Honestly, good graphic design.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It is fucking fire. Jake's got the fucking best merch in the game.
It's such a shame that we have to keep loving his merch.
Yeah.
And look at this. He made
it's
one
not
of
really-
those. He made one of those Instagram collages where it's like multiple pictures
That-
to make a big picture of him in his
It
boxing
looks
gear.
fucking sweet. He's got a rainbow in the background and shit. Nice. You got the fuck Jake Paul necklace.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the fuck Jake Paul necklace. I would say we entertained more than a normal kind of media.
Huh?
How entertained were you?
Thoroughly.
And I think that's all that they wanted. Like, in the end, Logan Paul said he wants to be the greatest entertainer on earth. Like, the biggest entertainer that there ever has been. And, yeah, I guess if that's his goal, we were pretty thoroughly entertained.
Yeah.
And so, he's still winning.
Yeah, that's true. I never thought that he was gonna end up losing in any way.
It was tense. I was on the edge of my seat.
Okay guys, first things first, couple things you need to know. One, this is the biggest internet event in history.
Fact.
And it costs $10 to watch. Literally 2 cups of coffee. Trust me, this is a moment you do not want to miss. Woo!
I'm just here for the hype.
As far as watching the stream, you cannot watch it unless you purchase it.
Can't watch it.
We're gonna have hundreds of employees
Hundreds.
removing any pirated streams.
Ripping them down.
Okay, I think enough of the hype.
Okay, let's just do a wrap up. Guys, rate and review. Rate and review in that iTunes store. Nobody's ever done it still.
We're still waiting on that first one, so please be it. And remember to please rise and be original.